In the vibrant city of Lagos, amidst the constant hum of traffic and the lively chatter of its people, stood a mansion of unrivaled opulence. The residence of Chief Adewale, a man of immense wealth and influence, was a symbol of grandeur. Its marble floors, intricately carved wooden panels, and expansive gardens spoke of a life of luxury and power. Yet, behind the gilded gates and high walls, there was an air of melancholy. Madam Clara Adewale, the wife of Chief Adewale, lived a life many would envy. Her days were filled with servants attending to her every need, and her evenings were spent in the company of elite socialites. Despite the luxury, Clara felt a profound sense of emptiness. The grandeur of the mansion did little to fill the void left by her husband's constant absences. Chief Adewale, engrossed in his business empire, rarely had time for his wife. The long hours and frequent travels left Clara isolated in her own home. Clara had married Chief Adewale at a young age, her heart full of dreams and hopes. The promises of a life of comfort and prestige had been alluring. However, as the years went by, the reality of her marriage became less about romance and more about routine. The spark that once illuminated their relationship had dimmed, replaced by a cold formality. Musa, a young man from the northern part of Nigeria, had recently joined the Adewale household as the new Gateman. His arrival was marked by the usual fanfare of hiring ceremonies, but Musa was a man of humble demeanor. He was diligent, polite, and always attentive to his duties. His presence was understated, but he quickly became a fixture at the grand gates of the mansion. Life as a gateman was not glamorous. Musa was responsible for securing the mansion, ensuring the gates were opened and closed on time, and occasionally assisting with minor tasks around the estate. His attire was simple, a uniform consisting of a dark jacket and trousers, with a cap that shielded him from the sun. Despite the modesty of his role, Musa carried himself with a quiet pride and a keen sense of responsibility. The mansion was a stark contrast to Musa's previous life in the north. The grandeur of the estate was overwhelming, and the wealth displayed in every corner was beyond anything he had ever imagined. Yet, Musa remained focused on his work, finding solace in the routine of his duties. One afternoon, as Musa was inspecting the garden gates, he noticed Madam Clara struggling with a heavy watering can. She was tending to the flowers in the garden, her movements slow and labored. Musa approached her, offering assistance. "Madam, may I help you with that?" Musa's voice was gentle and his offer was sincere. Clara looked up, her face a mix of surprise and relief. It was the first time she had interacted with Musa beyond the usual nods of acknowledgement. She hesitated for a moment, but then handed the watering can to him. "Thank you, Musa," she replied, her voice soft and grateful. From that moment, a new dynamic began to unfold. Musa's willingness to help and Clara's appreciation of his kindness marked the beginning of a subtle yet profound change in their relationship. The brief encounter was more than a simple act of service. It was the start of a connection that would grow deeper over time. As the weeks passed, Musa and Clara found themselves interacting more frequently. Musa would often assist Clara with various tasks around the garden, and Clara began to look forward to these moments. Their conversations, initially polite and formal, evolved into more personal exchanges. Musa's genuine interest in Clara's well-being and his ability to listen without judgment provided her with a sense of comfort she had long been missing. Clara shared stories of her past, her dreams, and her frustrations. Musa listened attentively, offering words of encouragement and understanding. In return, Musa spoke of his life in the north, his family, and the journey that had brought him to Lagos. Their conversations became a refuge for Clara, a brief escape from the loneliness that had become a constant companion. The connection between Musa and Clara deepened as their interactions became more frequent. They began to share more personal moments, finding solace in each other's company. Musa's kindness and Clara's vulnerability created a bond that was both tender and fragile. The more they talked, the more they understood each other's struggles and dreams. One evening, as the sun set over the garden, Clara and Musa found themselves alone in a quiet corner. The garden was bathed in the warm glow of twilight, and the air was filled with the scent of blooming flowers. Clara's laughter, light and genuine, was a rare sound in the mansion. Musa looked at Clara, his eyes reflecting a mixture of admiration and concern. "Madam, you seem different when you're in the garden. It's like this place brings you peace." Clara smiled, a hint of sadness in her eyes. "It's true. The garden is the only place where I can truly be myself. Here, I'm not just the wife of Chief Adewale. I'm simply Clara." The simplicity of the moment was profound, and both Clara and Musa felt the weight of their unspoken feelings. The connection they shared was growing stronger, becoming more than just friendship. As their relationship evolved, the nature of their feelings became increasingly complicated. Musa and Clara found themselves drawn to each other in ways that went beyond friendship. Their stolen glances, lingering touches, and the unspoken tension between them became a part of their daily interactions. One rainy afternoon, while Chief Adewale was away on a business trip, Clara and Musa found themselves alone in the mansion. The rain pounded against the windows, creating a soothing rhythm that seemed to enhance the intimacy of the moment. Clara and Musa sat together in the kitchen, sharing stories and laughter as the storm raged outside. The warmth of the kitchen contrasted sharply with the storm, creating a cocoon of safety and comfort. Clara's laughter echoed through the room, a sound Musa had grown to cherish. As they spoke, their conversation grew more personal, revealing vulnerabilities and desires they had kept hidden. In a moment of vulnerability, Clara reached out and touched Musa's hand. The contact was electric, a jolt of emotion that neither of them had anticipated. Musa looked at Clara, his eyes wide with surprise and longing. Clara, her heart racing, did not pull away. Instead, she leaned in, and their lips met in a desperate, forbidding kiss. The kiss was a culmination of their growing affection, a moment that sealed their fate and marked the beginning of a tumultuous chapter in their lives. The act of passion was both thrilling and dangerous, a reflection of the intense emotions they had been trying to suppress. The affair between Clara and Musa continued in secret, each stolen moment filled with the thrill of danger and the weight of their forbidden love. They managed to keep their relationship hidden from Chief Adewale and the other servants, but the secrecy added a layer of tension to their interactions. Their encounters were filled with passion and urgency, driven by the knowledge that they were living on borrowed time. Every glance, every touch was a reminder of the risks they were taking. Musa and Clara knew that their love was a fire that could burn them both if discovered. Despite the risks, their relationship grew stronger. They found solace in each other, a reprieve from the loneliness and isolation that had marked their lives. Their love became a source of strength and comfort, even as they grappled with the fear of being caught. As with all secrets, the affair was eventually discovered. One evening, as Musa and Clara shared a quiet moment in the garden, they were seen by one of the housemaids who had grown suspicious of Clara's frequent absences. The maid, a loyal servant with a keen sense of observation, had noticed the growing intimacy between Clara and Musa. She wasted no time in reporting what she had seen to Chief Adewale. The news spread quickly through the mansion, creating a ripple of shock and curiosity among the staff. The maid's revelation set off a series of events that would change the lives of everyone involved. Chief Adewale, already known for his fiery temper, was incensed by the betrayal. Chief Adewale's anger was palpable when he confronted Clara and Musa. The confrontation took place in the grand living room, a space that had once been filled with laughter and warmth, but now felt cold and unforgiving. "How could you do this to me?" Chief Adewale's voice was filled with rage and disbelief. "You, Musa, a mere gateman, and my wife, how dare you betray me like this?" Clara, her face streaked with tears, tried to defend herself, but the words were caught in her throat. The weight of her actions was too heavy, and she struggled to find an explanation that could justify the depth of her betrayal. Musa stood silently, his head bowed, knowing that there was no excuse that could mend the broken trust. The confrontation was intense, with accusations and emotions running high. Chief Adewale's fury was matched by Clara's despair and Musa's guilt. The scene was a maelstrom of hurt and anger as the fabric of their lives was torn apart. In a moment of cold resolution, Chief Adewale made a decision that would alter the course of their lives. "If you want her so badly, then take her," he said, his voice devoid of warmth. "But know this, she is no longer welcome here, and neither are you. Leave my house and never return." The ultimatum was clear and final. Clara and Musa were to leave the mansion and their lives of privilege behind. The divorce papers were drawn up swiftly, and Clara's separation from her wealth and status was both abrupt and painful. With their departure from the mansion, Clara and Musa faced a new reality. The transition from a life of luxury to one of modesty was jarring. They moved to a quiet town far from Lagos, where they were unknown and could start anew. The contrast between their former life and their new one was stark, but it was also a chance for a fresh beginning. Their new life was marked by simplicity and hard work. Clara and Musa faced challenges as they adjusted to their new circumstances. They struggled with financial constraints, social isolation, and the adjustments required to build a life from scratch. Despite the difficulties, their love for each other provided a strong foundation for their relationship. Clara and Musa worked together to create a modest home in their new town. They found solace in the simplicity of their new life and the peace that came with it. The challenges they faced were met with resilience and determination, and they began to build a new life filled with purpose. Their love for each other grew stronger as they navigated the ups and downs of their new existence. The shared experiences and hardships forged a deep bond between them. They found joy in the small moments and comfort in their companionship. As time passed, Clara and Musa reflected on their journey. They had left behind a life of wealth and power for one of simplicity and love. The choices they had made had led them to a place of contentment and fulfillment, far removed from the grandeur of their former lives. Clara looked back with a mix of regret and gratitude. While the past held painful memories, it had also brought her to a place where she could truly be herself. Musa, too, reflected on his journey from a humble gateman to a beloved husband. Their love story, once marked by secrecy and betrayal, had evolved into a tale of redemption and resilience. Clara and Musa's new life was not without its challenges, but they faced them together with strength and grace. Their relationship was tested by external pressures and internal struggles, but they remained steadfast in their commitment to each other. Their story became a testament to the power of love and the ability to find happiness in even the most unexpected circumstances. The lessons they learned and the experiences they shared shaped their lives and their relationship. The tale of Clara and Musa became a story of hope and redemption, a reminder of the transformative power of love. Their journey from a life of luxury and betrayal to one of simplicity and devotion was a testament to their resilience and the strength of their bond. As they looked toward the future, Clara and Musa embraced their new life with optimism and gratitude. They had found happiness in each other and built a life that was truly their own. Their love story, though unconventional and fraught with challenges, had ultimately led them to a place of peace and fulfillment.